Here we go. Oh yeah, here we go. All right, let's see how this is gonna fly out tonight. All right, yeah. So worst joke first. How about that? Get that one out of the way. Now that the football season is almost over, I think I still got one of the best jokes, even though it's the worst. Now, did the Detroit Lions actually need to become Oxford strong to get their first win of the season? Because that last win against Green Bay was horseshit and didn't even count. So I think we actually just proved that that was the only real motive for the shooting, so that everybody in Michigan, UP, and LP, mainly us down here, that was the reason for the school shooting, so that the whole state didn't have to suffer another perfect season of fucking losses. All right, worst was first. All right, yeah. What would a rock and roll comic look like nowadays? Anything left to lose? No! She took everything. Fuck it. What would a tribute comic look like opening up for a cover musician? Would the songs or would the jokes hold up the same as the songs over time? It's a solid maybe. Probably not, but I'm going to give it the benefit of that doubt right there. Oh, wow. Well, obviously, if that's the greatest generation of rock and roll, I wouldn't cancel any culture except for the one spilling about as culture nowadays. And yes, I'm talking about my generation. People try to put them down, but it's probably because they fucking deserve it. I don't know, maybe. As a comic, I just feel if your entire set could have been copied from a classic rock radio station, this many minutes of free rock, and maybe shut the fuck up a little bit about an original set. Just soak it in. Oh yeah, that familiarity is going a long ways, but if I can heckle your ass back with do something original, and you can't, I kind of feel I fucking won. And I'm the type of loser who gets turned job for a job as a dishwasher. And what kind of a retard shows up for that interview in a suit and tie? This one. They know you're serious that way. As far as winning goes, I haven't done much of it, but, well, I gotta tell you. I used to volunteer before I got fired as one, but here's a little story about some haunted house sex and getting fired as a volunteer. Some of the best times of this pathetic life, but you know what? Nothing is hotter than somebody's concentration while on the other side of a small piece of plywood is her between us and a piece of plywood is her family and another group of volunteers. So the only thing hotter than that is when her dad has to taste the smell of me every time she talks back to him. I'm gonna rip your balls off, kid. Go ahead. Your daughter just drained them. So this is the only prop I got left from some of those best times, There, you got 7 people over 55 telling rape jokes in a public fucking thing, but I'm the one who gets fired for fucking somebody's daughter. Everybody's somebody's daughter. You better stop it. Yeah, don't shit where you eat. Nah, I'll just bring extra napkins and work out that deal when the mess is final. Exes, yeah. You ever been in bed on your back looking up? Waking up to being choked out to realize I'm being choked out the same way she learned from baby's daddy, the one in prison for murder. for choking a bitch. Beside his now famous quote on blowjobs. It all feels the same while the lights are out. No touching, no looking. So when your television set says to a group of people, MI Corrections is calling, and a certain woman picks up that phone quicker than a lawyer's at, I'll be there. But it's another prisoner, and that psycho calmly gives the phone over to your wife, but she doesn't have dick to say to you about it afterwards. You know, she puked at the bus stop when somebody told her about what that guy did. Yeah. I made another 2 months of, yeah, you know what, maybe I should figure some shit out. Alright, so when she's done with you, you can tell she finally caught a clue, that you finally caught a clue. But what's she thinking about you? Today's date, her actual priorities, your next check. You can keep some gas money, but you better fucking leave though. Reminds me quick of this other time a crazy bitch threw a cup of piss on her face during a weekend at Bond Out Monday. Yo, that girl is thick. Hey wife, why did you smile when those two guys called you fat? Oh, don't worry, you'll still get some pussy later, you fucking idiot. I got married to come on Eileen. Enough said. No, she'd end up calling me back. Well, what did you mean by till death do us part? I don't know, probably the same thing as you with your first marriage. Oh, I love that one. So which do you carry with you more? The Lord or your sidearm? Be honest. I think the only reason hospitals even have a place for prayer is to segregate the people with shit to no insurance. Come to terms, my child. It's not that I'm taking you. It's just that you were declined at Saint Get the hell on out. So my dog is transgender. I got proof that he's not one of the boys anymore. In fact, on his back, it looks more like you caught your daughter with a dildo popping out. Now, his name used to be inmate 34 out of 48. Now with his freedom, just touching the driveway, he's got his car ride boner. But for about 3 months after being rescued from prison, he still had what I call the saddest pancake. Now, it was like the last bit of pancake batter to be used up, but it still had some hair trimmings on it so that when it dangled and dances, it didn't exactly look like a girl who wiped her vagina the wrong way, like my baby mama did. Oh, yeah. And isn't child support proof that prostitution is more than a solution? And speaking of solutions, even if suicide does land you now, isn't it still a God-given right? You don't just steal those from people. Right? You're gonna pop up out here while I close this one up? Oh, now I've made mistakes, but I think I can hang my hat on having a kid. The great mistake of 2008. Oh, fuck-ass spermicide lets you down, and you still got 5 years left of a payment plan left. Because not one woman has told me that the abortion was a mistake or anywhere near regret. And I got mine broken down like baseball. A little bit of a game, unfortunately. Well, I forget my total runs scored. Let's see, my 3 miscarriages, I call them RBIs. The abortions were double base hits. And if you thought having a kid was a home run instead of a strikeout, well, having SIDS is more like a grand slam against division rivals. Bottom of the 8th, what's your move? I bet they'll separate, finally. You know, she only carried it that long for the experience of postpartum. But then again, truck people know this. It's not how pretty the rear is. It's just that she still lets you hop on in. And licks you after. Kind of reminds me of baseball. Oh, good. Like bringing sunglasses to a three-way. It's to avoid the eye contact. Another ass joke. Did you know as you pull out of her asshole, her nipples will vibrate? You learn weird shit when you join an orgy community late. Asshole like a Brillo pad, vagina like a wire scrubber, nothing near that nice soapy standard. It's seen on TV at least. Leaves you with a mouth like a homeless boxer. Hey, your smile really says a lot about you, doesn't it? Oh, we're having fun. Oh, we're having so much fun. Oh, goodness, thank you. Sex like a handshake, ham wallet like a homeless cake. You know, not to be too unfair, I like to keep my wallet in my front pocket, though. It's to make my dick look proportional. Broke. You know, everything is broken with a double D214 on top. From my toenails to my eyes to my shit glasses. To my hip, to my heart attack, my teeth, my nose, my will to live, my front door is locked, 4 separate basement windows, about 1 for each B&E breakfast. My TV, my leaking toilet, the old cracked porn phone always kept beside it. I could say my bed frame, but it's more homely to sleep on the floor by my puke. Oh man, my car door stuck with the windows to match, my cigarette pack, my driving bat, my gas gauge ever since I smelled piss by the tank. Still hoping that wasn't me. I think the only thing I left out was the prostitute's neck in my trunk, but you know, it just reminds me of my dog. On his back, chicks with dicks. Boom! Oh yeah, layered. Oh man, somebody else is enjoying this so much. You know, as a kid out here, what do you want to do with your life? I don't know. I think I just want a dick down to my knees like my dad. Cheap big lung. I'll work porn, get free sex and money for life. Yeah, well, clearly that didn't happen. Wasn't a well thought out kid. Well, school wasn't going to pan out anything more than child-sized mistakes anyways, though. Baseball facts. Woo!
Statistics.
Oh, fuck. Well, I've been pregnant, too. I got a little liver baby. It's swelling and graying as we speak. You can feel the lumps right here and here. I mean, I don't know the gender, but what a conversation piece. You know, it could be hernias. Yes, twins. Twinsies. Same deal, really, but what are the odds that your pre-existing kills you in 6 months? I'll have the same pre-existing condition while you're still worried about a little bit of missed attention. Oh, man. Please, if we all agree that pussy can get wrecked, when does it officially have price? How about once you build pads into your panties? It ain't discreet. Did you notice it was starting to taste like a carnival? Did you need to have a child just for a heavy enough excuse? At the right angle? Is it frilly or anything more like crow's feet on a corpse? Is it anything that reminds you of a person's skin disease a lot like Oregon's basketball court? Not to be judgy, I'm a lot more of a criminal fan. I know I would have fucked the hell out of Eileen Wuornos. Alright, yeah. Is that good or you want any more? Alright, fine, yeah. Sweet.
Harder, Daddy.
I would like to start this portion of the next set with a prayer. Everybody should know exactly how serious I am now. Oh. Right there, yeah. So here's a solution I've envisioned. I call it the taco abortion truck. It's mobile for discretion, but also tacos because everyone's gonna need those afterwards.
That's right.
Now, one, that was to cancel out the screams, and two, it was to subliminally remind you that your parents had sex to at least 93% of all these songs being played. Why are you fucking in the air like that? Shut up. I'm just jamming
You shut up.
my dick into the air. Yeah, it's very obvious. Yeah, we grew up in the greatest generation. Sex, drugs, and the best music, you know what I mean? Oh, I know, I think I know what you mean. You mean back when you could get drugs easily, cheap, and at a more than fair price. Back when your daughters were welcomed as whores back on home until they fucking came back home pregnant. Then we changed the circumstances all of a sudden. And there weren't cameras so far up your ass with a colonoscopy. Now for those years you rocked the fuck out, still holding on to your youthful fantasy, fucking while shaming drugs on your kids, still claiming or bragging about how much heroin the Rolling Stones did. Well, fuck, you gotta understand, it was for the music. It was for the music, man, you gotta understand. Understand fucking what? Good times last, youth never does. I'm bitter now. So, I guess all I can really do now is drink to glory days. We had our last child just a little bit late for the Vietnam War, and it shows apparently. And we're still a little upset about it. Little bastard and his music. Oh goodness, isn't your generation still forever guilty for disco? Trying to pretend like that wasn't part of the same music you grew up with? I remember that. I seen the movies. Not to say that techno isn't the skid marks of our generation. Justin. But your own radio stations have turned your classic oldies into generic songs stapled onto the front of an 8-year-old's t-shirt from fucking Walmart. Congratulations, only deep cuts actually matter now. Back in my day, we used to wear diaphragms. Now the kids wear nothing just because of how easy it is. You ever been having sex with your old lady, but you need to piss for so long, you finally take on out, straight, slouch over to the toilet, you straighten your back, and instead of piss, she hears stumps hitting smack the water. Well, shit, baby, you really want that inside you anyways, or just no cum dumpster jokes tonight? When people first see me with my wife, they'd say, she's robbing the cradle. I get it. But do you get that I'm just stirring concrete? She can't have kids anymore, and I'm just stirring concrete in the bottomless landfill. You see how that's a bit of a trade-off? Oh, you know, nothing is free, especially a God-given right, and in America, no less. So did you know? Oh, you're gonna hate that. I'll skip that one. Plastic bags make.
No, tell it!
Plastic bags
Tell it!
make a great helmet. There you go. Oh, I get it. It's sensitive. Yeah. And trash bags are a perfect 1/3 of a corpse transport. So I got me a little souvenir here from the Army. It's called a medium duty transport body bag. Contents: 1 child-size medium-duty cadaver pouch, 1 yellow contamination, 1 red biohazard tags. 3 white identification cards. But only 1 personal effects Ziploc bag. Why? Because plastic. When you actually need something to protect and serve. Oh, I don't really want to turn another corner. As much as I'd rather just sell drugs there or take them there while I watch a sunset. You know, eating vegetables is it's a working man's tip. For people who need to live so long, specifically, to help pay for some of the grandkids, in which they now know for a fact which of their own children were mistakes, and their own mistake, breeding too much. So why is nobody's lucky number under 2? Just reaching one more corner that I can't turn around. So, if your child's foot comes out smaller than a pinky, maybe what was premature was your claims of being ready for motherhood. Yes, this is a note card with the mistake's name on it. God hasn't yet full-termed. A B8. Born so quick that the mother didn't have enough time to think of the name or choose the right one. Too busy bragging on social media because that was more fun than fucking vitamins and all that good shit. You know, now I'm a big girl too. Before getting that diploma, everybody knows I couldn't earn. Now, how do you like this childish excuse, mama? It might show that only prison could get you enough time to earn a fucking GED. You moron. Oh, yeah, premature jokes. There we go. Perfect way to end this. Eres undiscodo que te claves hasta los churros. Eres un puta sisa y bruja. Puta cabrona, espero que te sangre la culo. Soy más uno. Oh, I already did that one. Te hueve en el infierno, pedazo de churro. I don't know Spanish, but I love my fucking note card. Alright, my name is Stoner Taylor. I'm so glad you caught me live while I still am. PMOs, you're the best. Oh, can I get one more round of applause over here for Gary Dripple on my back up? Thank you much.